There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
For miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A
the
hard
show.
running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show. That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. Put a little extra in it tonight. I'm Bob Tallman along with Boyd Polhamus and Andy Seiler. It's not just another night, it's a wild card night. I'm wired, you better get wired. These two are cross-wired.
I got to be honest with you, folks. Of the entire rodeo, these two nights are my favorite. I'm into cliffhangers. If you watch a movie, I want to see the villain or the hero at the end of the movie. That's when I want to figure it out. Well, everybody in this is in a cliffhanger. Even the horses feel it. The tension in the room. The broncs are bigger. The steers are stouter. The horses and the ropes are slicker. The broncs are more brutal. And you have to understand, only 1 out of 6 is going to leave here. You will see more pain, more emotion as dreams get crushed. But then there are those whose dreams live on, maybe by a hair. But when it's time to celebrate for being the champion, trust me, you're going to see a lot of celebration today for the last man standing in each contest.
Well, the matchups matter, and one matchup that I'm looking forward to is a long-legged cowboy named R.C. Landingham. We asked him, how important is what you draw tonight in the wild card?
The draw is kind of everything. You know, the guys today ride so good and work at it so hard that everybody's riding ability is pretty much even, and if you don't have the right horse, you're just simply not going to make it back. So the draw means the world, and luckily we got a good pen of horses, and I think everybody's going to have a good chance.
It's going to be an absolute fight. I can't wait to see who moves on.
And these horses that are out are famous for bucking off a lot of cowboys. It will be a fist fight, Andy. Let's meet the 4th member of our broadcast team down on the arena floor. This is Janie Johnson. Hi, Janie.
Hi, Boyd. Parker McCollum is here and ready to perform for this incredible rodeo crowd after the performance tonight. I'm set up here on the rough stock end, and Boyd, you said it. We're going to see the Eliminator-style horses tonight, and a cowboy that I think is going to fit that style absolutely perfectly is Dawson Hay. Take a look at this ride earlier in his Super Series. 87 points on Canyon Sunset. Absolutely perfect, strong mark out, and carries that electric ride the entire 8 seconds. And Dawson is known for having a style that is very all or nothing. That's perfect for the wild card. They're only going to take one guy out of every event. They're going to have to lay it all on the line tonight if they want to move to the finals.
That's a great call, Cowgirl. It is all or nothing in every event as we start with the tie-down roping, brought to you by Boot Bars. Last year's champion was Ty Harris. He tied with his younger brother Joel and had to go into a rope-off. And guess who is in this wild card? His younger brother. To try to have a chance to advance, there's Joel, second from the end. How about 4-time and legend Tough Cooper in a wild card? Oh, this is going to be a knife fight, y'all.
Rustin Mutton will be the man to set the bar. First to go. Again, only 1 out of the 6 will move on. So Bruston comes in number 8 in the world. He's won about 3,500, but his quickest time from the Super Series was 11-2. If I was a betting man, I would say 11-2 is not going to be anywhere close to being quick enough. So he needs his quickest time of the entire rodeo right now to set the bar and see if he can do what it takes to move on. Oh, the calf gets away from him. And now he'll gather it up and finish 12.5. That does not have me feeling optimistic.
No, the 26-year-old from the West Coast. Oh, Bobby T.
Yeah.
So what you want to do as the first guy is come out there and tie one in 8, and then force everybody else to beat themselves by hustling. The door is still open for the next 5.
That was a shoulda, coulda, woulda moment. At 30 years old, the only Canadian in the 6th tonight in the wild card is Logan Bird. He won 7 major rodeos in Canada last year. Now, he's way down the list at 36th in the PRCA standings. But every night it seems like that he's been here, Boyd. You and I pulled by him and his beautiful family and this buckskin horse he calls Pecos. All right, buddy. Put the fire on him. Oh, up. It's working. It's working, except he's going to look back and know that he broke the barrier. That is a 10-second penalty.
So watch the faces. Cowboys are normally pretty stoic. They don't show much emotion. But you will see more emotion today than you will see probably all season long out of our competitors. I know there were 2 shots of Tough Cooper in that opening package we did where he was just dumbfounded by broken barriers. Now, definitely has the ability if he can keep it clean.
Well, then the one that stung the most happened in the semifinals. This is the aforementioned Tough Cooper, 4-time champ of the world. This year, he could break the $4 million mark after this year winning San Antonio, 16-time NFR qualifier. Those qualifications coming consecutively. 12-4 is what he would need to be right now. But I can guarantee you he doesn't want to be 12-4. He wants to be somewhere in the single-digit range with the 3 that he has to follow. Out from behind the barrier line. We got one caught. Can he keep him standing? Yes, he will. 3 legs together. Look out. Texas is on top.
Oh, he got a little insurance in the run, but he didn't take an insurance. Only 1 wrap and a half hitch.
That 8.4 now becomes official. And Decatur, Texas is on top. Give it up for the kid from the Lone Star State. Excellent work.
Iconic. He's iconic. All right. 3 have gone, 3 are left to go. The bar is now set at 8-4. If you want to rope on Sunday in the championships, you have to be 8-3. As we watch our next man ride in from Pampa, Texas. He's currently number 14 in the world. He's a young gun, 21 years old. This is his 5th season as a pro. This year alone, he's had big checks in Fort Worth and San Antonio. He's won $3,000 here so far. Cash Hooper going for 8-3. Got to do a wrap and a hooey. Flank, string, 8-3. No. 8-8.
Well, at 8-8, he is going to be 4/10 of a second too long. So he will be out, and he will have to wait till 2026. Now, we are all trying to beat 8-4, so we are looking. Now it's going to be in no time for Cash. We are looking to see if Joel Harris can do what he did in his Super Series. In Super Series 2, Round 3, he tied a cap in 7-9 when he needed it the most to qualify to be here with us. Now, as they pointed out earlier, that is the same young man that tied with his brother last year, and they had to have a rope off. So this is our runner-up from 2024. Left with a big payday, but would love to win it, Boyd.
Yeah, he's riding Peso too. Logan Bourd's horse trying to beat Tough's 8-4. Here go, oh, a little trouble on the flank. Gonna make it up on the ground. No! Broke the barrier. I thought I saw that when he left, and then trouble flanking the calf. So the man who was the reserve champion 1 year ago is not going to be going on to the finals. So Tough, we're looking at you, buddy. You're sitting there with an 8-4, and you got a kid that was just like you 16 years ago.
At the age of 20, Boyd's mentioning Cole Clemens, Okeechobee, Florida. Now here's a guy that just won the Fort Bend County Fair and Rodeo at Rosenberg. That's how he qualified to get here. Top 15 in the world at the Wrangler NFR a year ago. You gotta be 8'3". Oh, gotta be. Did not have a followed adjective. There's Tough. He's riding away going, woo!
If you're one of those 8 guys in the finals, you're not going to be happy to see that Tough Cooper survived this wild card. Cooper is moving on for a chance to win the championship.
You could not be more right. The guys were pushing the barrier line tonight as Tough gets one step closer to trying to win this rodeo for the first time. When you're trying to go fast, mistakes happen. There are bobbles along the way. Then there's a past reserve champion of this rodeo and a dejected look in Logan Bird, knowing he's going to have to wait. But Tough will get another one on Championship Sunday as he advances from our first wild card competition. We will see if he will be the $65,000 man as we say thank you to Boot Barn for bringing us the tie-down roping.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wildcard competitions. The winner from each wildcard will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $65,000 with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
Stand by. It's about to get rough and rugged in the bareback riding at Rodeo Houston.
Hey, folks, if you're 21 or older, I want you to pledge to rodeo responsibly as a Miller Lite designated driver of the day. Scan the QR code and receive a complimentary fountain drink or a bottle of water. Responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
Thanks to Cavender's Boot City. They sponsor our hard-working arena crew. You see them down in the dirt, on the chutes. They make it all work behind the scenes.
Captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/caption. Let's make it easy for you. Just point your camera at the QR code on the center screen. It will take you directly to our closed caption mobile app.
Oh boy, we're gonna have some fun now. Look at the video screens. Our friends at Carnival Cruise Line have the cowboy cam. It'll bring out the Wild West in you tonight. There it is. Hey, buddy. Yeah, look up. Oh, you got extra horns on your hat you didn't know you had. Yeah, and ears to go with it. Oh, you look good in the Mustang. Thank you to Carnival Cruise Line, Cowboy Cam.
That is a gorgeous sunset outside of NRG Stadium here in Houston, Texas. We are live and ready for some bucking horses. The bareback riders have loaded up, pulled one more hole in their cinch, as we say thank you to Chevron for bringing it to us. You go back just over 11 months ago, Leighton Berry left here with the biggest check of all, a 2-time Rodeo Houston champion, and another talented field of bareback riders to see who gets out of our first wild card.
So we're going to start with a horse from Pete Carr that they've been 89 and 89 and a half on, Mason Stuller. First cowboy to go. Big brown and white pace from Pete. Flying, driving. Oh! And you're going to see a lot of that. The pickup man will not be used much. We've got 4 of the best. Taos Muncie, Tyler Kraft, Randy Britton, Chase Servey. But this Pete Carr horse that Cade Berry was 89 in San Antonio. Jess Pope was 89.5 at the finals. And we started with an 86.5 point ride for the 21-year-old from Oregon.
That is going to be a tall order to beat as we take you to Tanner Ross, another national finals bucking horse from Pete Carr. And it's not the wrestler, it's the horse, Dusty Rhodes. This is a rematch. He was 83 on this horse at the Cinch Shootout in San Angelo last year. 83 will not be enough, Bobby T.
88's what Dean Thompson was on this horse in round 1 of the NFR. Hit back, now go. Oh, not easy, we said from Pete Carr. Oh boy, whoa. There's Boyd's comment, pickup man, we need you.
Now they're gonna put a rope on that horse's head. They're gonna ride in and get a rope on that horse's head to slow that horse down so Tanner can get his hand out of the rigging. So now that the horse is out, they'll trip the flank, and then they'll let Tanner regain his composure. He's gonna have to jump up on that horse in order to break his bind. You see how he's trying to jump up to get his hand over on the other side? He's finally able to get it out. Wow. We tried to tell you at the start you were gonna see a lot of action like this. It's what makes the wild card so much fun to watch.
Here was the ride up till about 7 seconds. We said these horses got the juice from Pete Carr tonight. Look at the kick. Hit. Horse looking for a different place to go. They're going to mark him 72.5, and he earned 73 of that score. Wow.
He was hung up and asking for help. You can see his hand is locked in that rigging. And the biggest thing is you want to try to keep your feet. And he's doing all that he can as his hand gets jerked up in the air.
And hats off to our pickup men for getting a rope on that horse so quickly. They can take off on you, and it can be tough to get a rope on a horse like that. It's a good job by the pickup men. Here's my pick.
Okay, you got a pick. It's a lady bucking horse. This is a mare. The high-marked horse at San Antonio, not fun to ride. This will be Weston Timmerman from Columbus, Montana. 21st in the world, Andy. He needs a win just to bump him into the top 10.
And don't let the size of this little bay from Pete Carr fool you. This horse has a lot of heart. Jacob Lees was 87 in Oakley on this horse.
Yeah, it's not the size of the horse, it's the size of the fight in the horse. And this little mare has a lot of fight.
Weston coming off his first trip to the national finals. This horse is leaning on his right leg just a little bit.
There she is.
Now he's got that leg free. His first jump out, that's called the mark out. Feet above the horse's shoulders, he got that done. Now it's all about how much he can do. Half the score for the man, the other half for the horse.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Bucked off away from his hand. What a fabulous job getting a rope on that horse. That's the thing with horses like this, you can't control how you get off. Everybody's trying to get his weight over to the left side so he can bust that bind. Wow. That was Chase Servey right there doing a fabulous job. And Timmerman's going to score 81, but that's not enough. So let's go to Waylon Bourgeois and see what he did back at Super Series 1. He rode his horse in round 3. Our next saddle bronc, bareback rider, Waylon Bourgeois, 87 points in round 3. The horse's name was Stomper, and he stopped him for 87 points. That's what he needs to do to beat Mason Stuller, who's sitting there at 86.5, and I believe Janie has Mason right now.
And only 21 years old, very first guy out. How are you feeling in this wild card with 2 guys left to go?
Man, I just live for this. These hard-to-ride horses really shows who's got it, and I hope everybody's all right today, but
It's tough.
You made a great ride, did your job, but we've got 2 more left to go. Let's see how it ends up.
All right, let's go with the Cajun from Church Point, Louisiana, Waylon Bourgeois. Now, you think they've been bad to this point? This horse has jerked a dozen men's lights down. That's the reputation. They call him Barn Buster.
They have not had a qualified ride on this horse this year, Bobby T. So if Waylon, as you see, he won 8,500. He had a gentleman's suite.
Yeah.
He won 2 rounds by himself and then split the 3rd one. So if he's 86 and a half,
He'll make the tiebreaker work for him.
that's exactly right. And he would also be the first man to make an 8-second qualified ride on this horse from Pete Carr. Let's see if the Cajun can do it.
Oh, be the first at 12 behind you. He'll be there. He'll be there. Oh, right to the whistle. Woo! He's looking up going, my Lord, take that horse to California. Get him out of here. I don't want him in Texas. Reared back, trying to set his feet. That's the tough part. You can't get a hold of a horse like this. Only 75 points, but he survived.
And here's the guy Andy talked about in the opening. You know, we've got a lot of kids out. 21-year-old Mason, 20-year-old Weston, 25-year-old Waylon. Here comes 34-year-old R.C. Landingham.
4-time NFR qualifier, long, lanky cowboy. Barely right from Generations Pro Rodeo, a horse they featured at the Southeastern Circuit Finals. He needs to be 87 to try and move on. Horse jumping up in the air. Come on, RC. Oh, boy. I don't know.
That horse never had 3 jumps in a row that were the same.
Great point.
Skip, then a jump, then a kick.
Great point, Bob, but there was nothing consistent about this horse. The scoot, then the blow, then the duck, then the dive. 71 points for the veteran.
He's got that look on his face. He said, hi, folks. Thank you all for coming. What about it? 21 years old, Veneta, Oregon. Be proud. Oh, that's a great smile. I don't think that kid even shaves every day, Andy.
That was an excited exhale from Mason, knowing he's got another shot. Rode that horse that came from the world champion Night Jacket lineage. And that beautiful 86 and a half has the Oregonian on another one. You see just how tough the battle was in the most physically demanding portion of our sport. From the dismounts where they bail off just trying to find a safe spot, to the cowboys that had to do just a little more to save their own lives, and the pickup men that were there to make sure they reached safety. It was an intense night of bareback riding with 1 victor and 4 others that have to wait 1 more year to see if they're going to be a Rodeo Houston champ. Mason Stuller is going to be that man advancing to Sunday. Congratulations, youngster. And we say thank you to Chevron for bringing us the Bareback Riders.
Stay tuned. We're about to get reckless in the team roping. All speed, no woe.
Hey, we all want to say thank you to Houston Methodist, the official health care providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine. They care for our athletes.
It's autograph time at the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You can meet our Rodeo Houston athletes, bullfighters. Look, there's Leon Coffey, Rodeo Royalty, and more in sections 103 and 124.
So after seeing what you've seen of this wild card, you know you don't want to miss tomorrow's. But if you don't have a ticket, don't worry about it, because we are broadcasting live on Space City Home Network, the Cowboy Channel, and Telemundo. They don't believe us on Telemundo.
I know.
Let's go upstairs to Enrique and Luis. Hola.
Hola amigos, saludos, gracias por acompañarnos en esta ronda de Wildcard y les recordamos que descarguen su aplicación de Telemundo Texas para acompañarnos hasta la final en español.
Bueno, el día de hoy estamos arrancando con los Wildcards y con la energía del Rodeo Houston sube de la intensidad. Toda la emoción la pueden escuchar en Telemundo Texas. Amigos, también familia charra, familia vaqueros, bienvenidos a su casa. Rodeo Houston siempre ofreciendo solamente, damas y caballeros, de los grandes campeones contra campeones.
Oh boy, everybody bought a banner tonight. Hello, pretty ladies. Nice to see you on the big screen. Here we go, two at a time, a header and a healer. They still call it team roping. And it's brought to you by Corral Handcrafted Boots. Folks, you're looking at J.C. Yako and Buddy Hawkins. They are the champions in 2024. When you're team roping and there's only 6 teams to go, everybody's going to get reckless. Everybody's going to reach. Everybody's going to turn quick to heel them. Good luck, boys. Let's see how this folds.
Johnson & Johnson, first team to go. It is the brothers, Kellen and Carson. But the steer literally jumps out of the loop, and it will be in no time for the former collegiate champs.
So, in a lot of sports, they'll tell you, if you want to get faster, get younger. They'll say it in football, they'll say it in baseball, basketball, get younger, you'll get faster. Well, here are 2 young guns, just 19 years old. Tyler Tryon, Lipan, Texas. Denton Dunning, Surprise, Arizona. And it would be no surprise to see this young team put a time on this board that intimidates the veterans to follow. Tyler Tryon, the son of a world champion team roper, the grandson of the first man from Montana to ever rope at the NFR. Here we go, boys. Tyler to the horn. Getting to the toes. Nope, they got a leg. They leave the door open by roping one hind heel. So that is going to be a 10 flat. 5 seconds flat plus 5 for open one hind heel. The penalty of 5 is going to hurt.
Let's see if we can share a little money with the Canadians who didn't get it done in the tie-down roping of the bareback riding. Team McLeod comes from Waldeck, Saskatchewan. Then there's that Sid Spore from Cody, Wyoming, Andy.
Watched them split the win. The Caldwell Night Rodeo back in August. Saskatchewan and Cody, Wyoming. I don't know the exchange rate, Bobby T. We'll have to work on that.
About 30 cents.
Okay, all right. Well, right now, they need to be 9-9 if you're looking for a little quick math. But I would say you need to be somewhere 5 flat or quicker with the times that are following, or the teams that are following.
I do think it's going to take a 4-second run, something in the 4s. And that's a prediction, but right now, 2 teams down. Not there yet. Horns and heels. Wow. This is falling apart like a $2 suitcase.
Yeah, when you got a 10 flat, which includes a penalty in the lead at the moment.
$2 suitcase. I don't want to shop where you guys shop.
Hey, I have found some great deals at some garage sales. But a $2 suitcase was not one of them.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. I know. I used to travel with you more, and I've never seen you carry a $2 suitcase. Hey, here come the seniors. Lightning Aguilera, Patrick Smith, 2 at the back end, champ. Yeah! Woohoo! 4.9, and we go to the lead with the older guys, boy.
Yep, 31-year-old header, 45-year-old healer. They've been there and done this. That healer's a 2-time champion of the world. The great Patrick Smith, a man of faith. Now, remember we told you we invite the top 40 athletes. Yes, we do, but we also offer others a way to get to Houston in our qualifiers. This team won the Waller County Fair in Hempstead. Coy and Colton Britton, nope. 3-0 times, 110 flat, but all that matters is the 4-9, and we're turning, Andy, to the #1 team in the world.
That team is Dustin Aguskiza of Marianna, Florida, and Levi Lord of Sturgis, South Dakota. Levi won this rodeo back in 2017. This team together this year won San Antonio. That's a short, smaller setup. They won in the Big Pen in Pendleton, Oregon last year at the Pendleton Roundup. Both of them millionaires, both of them needing to be 4 and 8. And the head loop does not go on, so a no time.
Well, boys, who picked the team that's going to be 4-9 tonight? Yippee. I get to pick and win together, Aguilera and Smith. When you ride 2 jumps and throw one of those Hail Marys, then you come and get a leg. That'll jerk the heart out of you in a wild card round. They're all looking back going, what did I do wrong? I didn't catch him right. That's the deal. He was on a trail ride. Lightning Aguilera, Patrick Smith, congratulations. Your 4-9's going to get a check, and you go on.
That's another team, Andy. They're not going to be glad that they're in the finals. Corral, handcrafted boots brought you the team roping competition. Coming up next, more bucking horses. And these ones aren't going to be easy either. Saddle Broncs when we come back.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly. Rain on, Houston.
I am so jealous of this locale. If you sit right behind the bucket chutes, then you got some of the best seats in the house. They're presented by Chenier. We call them the chute seats, and you can see why all those people are smiling. One of the best vantage points inside this stadium. Congratulations, you got a great ticket, guys.
Well, they get to look right directly down on and in the arena where the Cavenders Boot City Arena crew is working. Before the rodeo, during, and after, all those talented people working the gates of chutes and equipment. Thank you to Cavenders Boot City.
Okay, y'all saw the bareback riding, right? Get ready because we've got 6 more horses that are not user-friendly. All right, last chance for romance. Tomorrow and Sunday night, our final spectacular drone show. They happen at 8 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday night. We'll be lighting up the sky over NRG Arena, and it's all presented by ExxonMobil.
Still, in my opinion, one of the coolest things that happens here. But I love saddle bronc riding. The event that started it all, the sport of rodeo, tips its cap to the saddle bronc riders and energy transfer. They bring it to us. You go back, our past champ, it's the Aussie, Damian Brennan, rode a horse called Ed Bishop to win $50,000 1 year ago. This year, the payout to the champ is $65,000. This field is uber talented, Bobby T. See who picked the right person.
Well, I think he's got the nicest horse in the bunch. The Badlands Superstar Cole Elcher. Faith, South Dakota on a David Bailey bucking horse called Canadian Miss. They've been in the 80s. Alan Moore was at Denver on this horse. They've been 79 once already. He needs to be in the 80s, so come on, Cole. Set your feet. Yatta, buddy. Yatta, buddy. Let's try. Remember, the points are half for the horse. That's 50%. The other 50% points for the rider and how he rides.
Yes, sir. Lifting on that rein, turning those toes out when he throws those feet to the front. So Cole's going to set the bar at just 75.5. So this is kind of a young man's game. But we're about to go to a 38-year-old former champion of the world. Jesse Cruz is currently number 16 in the world. He's got an NFR horse from the Cervies. The horse is called Avenger. And I would expect if he covers this horse, he'll probably be more than 75 and a half. The Montana man who won the world title back in 2009. So almost 16 years ago.
If I'm remembering correctly, doesn't this horse have a few moves in him too, Boyd?
Yes. This horse is tough to track, Andy. They put this horse in the eliminator pen at the national finals. What's the eliminator pen? That's the pen that has the tendency to buck the Cowboys off. Here goes.
On the positive side, they were just 85 on this horse. Got some little ducks and little dives. Not too bad tonight. All right, Jesse Cruz, I know this kid has found the fountain of youth. I just saw a yellow flag on the ground. Yellow, that is a mark-out rule, disqualification.
It was the left side, Bob, and you'll see it when we show you the replay.
Yep.
When the horse leaves the chute, you got to have the heels of your boots in contact with the horse above the break of the shoulders when the front feet hit the ground. His left leg came back. The judge saw it. You'll see that flag drop. And a no score for the former champion of the world.
Boyd mentioned this being a young man's game. Weston Patterson is one of those young up-and-comers. He's number 6 in the world. He won 8,000 in Super Series number 4 and has been as high as 86 and a half. Big Bang, the horse from the Cervies that Logan Cook, who you're going to see in just a moment, has already been 86 on here at Rodeo Houston. So far, a nice start. Horse carrying its head very low. Weston with a solid ride, and I'll be honest with you, gentlemen, that may be the most user-friendly horse that we're going to see out of this pen.
Let's see where the judges go with it. They liked it as well as you and I did. 84 points. Now we got something to ride at. Weston Patterson, congratulations.
Yeah, but, you ever heard of yeah, but? Dawson Hay had a horse called Canyon Sunset earlier in the rodeo and marked 87 points on this horse. Dawson's the number 2 ranked saddle bronc rider in the world. The son of a great Canadian champ and the nephew of another great Canadian bronc rider. And here we go with Dawson. Dirty Roots, Pete Carr. Zeke Thurston was 87 on this horse in San Antonio. So you're saying there's a chance. Dawson's been 87 here. They were 87 on this horse in San Antonio. This horse went to the national finals in 2023. And there's bull rider Clayton Sellers trying to give his Canadian bronc rider some help.
Well, Billy Jones told me this morning this horse is fresh, hasn't bucked in 6 weeks. What does that mean, fresh? Full of vinegar and ready to rock and roll. They say buck 'em and buck 'em hard. Ethan, you heard me say it. Dawson, if they say the horse is electric, you can be electric.
This is not a night to be mechanical.
No.
You don't go through the motions tonight.
Not in the least.
From the very first jump in the mark-out rule to going right here, Andy.
Right-handed bronc rider. The horse, a little hop, skip at the very beginning, and then blows up. Oh, it's almost like a play fake. Don't you think, boy, like a play-action move where this horse just kind of hops and skips and then explodes?
Sets you up is what he does. He's like, oh, I'm just a tweet. I'm a little jump kicker. Don't worry about me. And then right here he says, oh, you shouldn't be here right now. I get the final say. They throat latched that horse. No, they didn't. And down goes Dawson, the number 2 ranked saddle bronc rider in the world. Like I said, all you got to do is look at their faces. They will tell the story.
I do believe him spurring over that rein to jump prior to getting bucked off had something to do with it. Logan Cook, Alto, Texas. on American Hat Positive Time.
You just got a shot of Weston Patterson, who's sitting in the lead at 84 with 2 guys left to sweat.
One of those is Logan. They were 90 on this horse at Fort Worth, and so far, so good. Around to the left side. And so, as we told you before, half the score for the Cowboy, the other half for the horse, right? 1 to 50 for how well the Cowboy rides, 1 to 50 on how the horse bucks, and the verdict will be 77 for Logan.
And here's why. This horse is going to quit extending his hind legs. On the last 3 jumps of the ride, you see how the hind legs aren't being extended? Let's go down to Janie. She's got Weston, and he's got to sweat a 4-time champion of the world.
Weston, when you have Zeke Thurston left to go, but you made an incredible ride, what's going through your mind?
Oh, I just hope that one holds.
Hey, if it does hold, how exciting would it be for you to make your first finals here at Houston?
Oh, very exciting.
Well, we got to sweat out Zeke Thurston. Let's go.
Yeah, well, he's got. I'd be nervous if I was Weston with this guy in the bucket chute on a horse from a service called Storm Warning. This horse bucked off Logan Hay in San Antonio. Zeke won Houston in 2015. 10 years later, at age 30, he's trying to win Houston for the 2nd time. Storm Warning's kind of balled up in the chute. Here we go. Solid mark out, it looks like, anyway. Zeke's trying to be more than 84. He's going to have to be 84 and a half.
You're right, Boyd, because Patterson has the tiebreaker. So he has to be more, and he will not be. 78 points will be just short for Thurston. That means Patterson did just enough, and he will be moving on to Sunday. What a great, great saddle bronc ride. High fives all around, Bobby.
He's getting them for the guys he just beat, and that's okay, too. Folks, he's 23 years old on his way to a title. Let's look back. Where do you hold your rein? When do you start lifting? There's the man with just 84 points, Weston Patterson. Whoa, hang on, Dawson, see ya. That I did not expect to happen. Folks, that's a pen of bucking horses. Dawson said, I'm through. Cole said, let's go to the house. Weston said, let's go get a good night's sleep. Weston Patterson, congratulations in the bronc riding. And it was all brought to you by Energy Transfer.
It's going to be a wrestling match. The boys versus the bovines. Steer wrestling when we return.
It's time for Entertainer Trivia. Answer the question on the screen correctly. You see it up there now. And that gives you a chance to win season tickets to the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
My goodness, look at those beautiful ladies. Miss Rodeo America, Miss Rodeo Texas, and fans on hand in the fan zone. Presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Folks, in section 103 and 124. Go get your picture taken, get an autograph right now.
That's a bucket list thing to do. Hey, look at the video screens, everybody. Leon Coffee is on them, and you are too. The Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam, bringing out the cowboy in you, or the happy person in you. So if you're happy and you know it, put on your sunglasses. If you're happy and you know it, show us a smile. There you go. Hey, it looks like you go hook somebody. You're ready for the bull ride, and that's coming up in a little bit. Oh, we're having fun. Oh, yes, the hats and the stashes. Carnival Cruise Line, Cowboy Cam.
It is a happening place to be, the Midway, just outside of this great stadium in the Carnival at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. But inside, the rides are getting even better. is 1 out of 6 try to move on in wild card round number 1. It is steer wrestling time. Mattress Firm brings it to us, and you are going to get to watch our defending champion in this wild card event, Dakota Eldridge. He won this rodeo for the second time last year, would love to make it 3, but he has to beat 5 very talented individuals if he wants to win this rodeo for the 3rd time inside this great building. Gavin Swallow of Bunkie, Louisiana, collegiate champ at McNeese State University. They moved on in the March tournament. Now he's trying to do the same. 4 flat for Swallow.
Except he broke the barrier.
No.
Yes. Here you go, folks. You can tell how the barrier functions mechanically, whether the horse broke it or the steer tripped it. It's not a judgment call. 14 flat sets the bar, but Gavin did what he had to do, Bobby T. I guarantee you Tucker Allen's going to try to do the same thing with 4 guys behind him.
Yeah, you don't want to let that steer get an ounce of gain on you. 5 foot, 10, 180 pounds. The Hollywood stunt man. He's been to the Wrangler NFR last December in Las Vegas. Folks, he's number 8 in the world. Don't break the barrier. Watch him. This guy hits and will go down, under, and flip one. Unbelievably upper body strong.
A lot of guys have chosen to ride this flea bit gray, and that's part of the problem right now. You see that little white string? That little white string is when the steer trips the barrier. That string is going to break if the steer trips the barrier, rather than the horse. All right, down and dirty for Tucker. Boy, he flipped that one like a coin. 5 and 2. All right, gentlemen, I'll put you on the spot. Does that win this wild card?
No.
Well, I picked him in the picks earlier tonight, so I got to say yes.
Yeah, that's correct. Hey, way to say it with conviction, Bobby T. Consort Alberta's Scott Gintner won $4 grand in Super Series 5, and the reason I say 5-2 doesn't do it is in round 3 of his Super Series, Scott was 4 flat. The 3-time NFR qualifier, 4-time Canadian champ. You guys watched him win Colorado Springs, the Pikes Peak Bus Rodeo, the NFR Open. Look at that bay horse.
Oh, what a soft eye.
Staring that line down. But I think he was really close to the barrier line, and he was. 14 and 3 for Scott.
Watch his right hand when he nods. It's not his fault. He's trying to stop this horse. If you watch his right hand when he leaves, he is saying whoa. The way you whoa a horse is you pull back on the reins. And the horse wasn't listening. Wouldn't have any of it. So there's Tucker sitting good with 3 guys to go at a 5 and 2. Here comes Big Chance Howard. 6'6", 225. He won a round at the National Western with a 3-7. He won a round in Fort Worth with a 4-1. Much smaller arenas in both places. Here, he just needs to be 5.1. He had more money won than Tucker Allen coming in, so actually the 5-2 would break the tiebreaker because he has more money won coming in. 5-2 or faster for the former Arkansas high school champ. There it is. No. Half a second too long. 5.7. Allen is dodging bullet after bullet.
Okay, Riley Duvall, take a deep breath. Bring in some air from NRG Stadium and get ready to try and beat 5 and 1. Chakota, Oklahoma, 4-time NFR qualifier who's back inside the top 15 at number 9 in the world. He was 4-5 in round 3 of his Super Series to get into the semifinal competition. This guy helps a lot of other people hazing, has his own team of horses, And you can see he wants that horse kind of calm his head down. That way when he drops his right hand, everything goes forward. No wasted motion in the start in this event.
Well, here's what he's fighting right now. That horse is standing with its left shoulder parallel to the panel of the box. He wants that horse to stand a little bit more to the right. That's going to help his chances to avoid breaking the barrier. Here comes Rider D from the famous Duval family, and I thought he broke it too, Bob, so it wasn't going to matter. That hurt.
All right, we'll go to the Houston champion next. It's Dakota Eldridge, and we asked him, how many shirts do you go through in steer wrestling in a year?
Yeah, I usually get about 20 made a year, and there's about 5 at the end of it, you know. I mean, there's, little rips, buttons missing. So, yeah, all my sponsors, you know, I can't thank them enough, but the embroidery lady, she stays busy embroidering them all.
All right, folks, this is your defending Rodeo Houston champion, and he has to be, let's see, what's Dakota 143? Yeah, he only needs to be 5'2". If he ties Tucker Allen, he advances. Dakota Eldridge. So, everything that could go wrong in a bulldog and run did. 7 seconds flat. And the man who went second dodged 4 more bullets, ducked and dived. Tucker Allen has a smile on his face. He'll be here Sunday with a chance to win $65,000.
Boy, will that change his position in the top 15. That's what they look like from one end running. Here's what they look like. Oh, drop your bottom, get theirs turned around. That's bulldogging. That's the way Tucker did it. They're all looking back at a replay. What could I have done better? Well, Dakota, he is still the champion of 2024. But here could be your next one. Tucker Allen, Ventura, California. All of that was brought to you by Mattress Firm.
But don't go anywhere. It is barrel race, and the first cowgirl contest is next here in H-Town.
The fun doesn't stop after tonight's concert. Get your adrenaline rush or play some games at the Carnival presented by First Community. Taste award-winning wines from around the world at Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost. If you're 21 and over, enjoy dancing and live music at the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. until midnight. Looking for a casual or fine dining experience? The Ranch Saloon and Steakhouse has got you covered. Enjoy some live music and grab an ice-cold beer at the Miller Lite Ice House. Unwind with a drink as you enjoy a live DJ at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. So stick around, there's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
So, a few moments ago, we asked you to text in the answer to our trivia question about Parker McCullum. Where is he originally from, in which Texas city? And then you could choose Houston or Austin or Conroe. If you chose Conroe, you were right. And guess what? You're also eligible now to win tickets, season tickets, to the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Welcome back to Rodeo Houston. It's an awesome night to be a part of this rodeo, and it's wild card round. Tonight in the ladies barrel racing, I'm still looking at four-time world champion Haley Kinsel. After a very unusual ride in the semifinals, her and sister are going to be back tonight. They've got to get that #1 spot if they want to move on to the finals.
Well, as you look back, we're looking forward. Who is going to be the barrel racing champion of the night? As it's brought to you by S&B Engineers and Constructors. That is Leslie Smolyago. That is 2 days away from being actually a year ago. Tonight, Halen Live, Texas. Haley Kinsel could be the pick. Let's go, girls. Leave them all standing.
On Aggie night, here is an Aggie, Halen Line of China Spring, Texas. Qualified to the national finals last year. 2 turns in, they are still standing. Now it's time to gig 'em. She will come across the line, starting it at 1477. 1477 for Halen.
So we go from one Texas A&M graduate. She got her master's from A&M. Our next one got a degree in ag economics from Texas A&M. She's the 4-time world champion, Haley Kinzel. Cotulla, Texas, on sister into turn number 1. Beautiful, beautiful right-hand turn. Alameda left for the South Texas Cowgirl on Aggie night. How loud can you get? For the 4-time champion, there you go. She just took the lead.
What a run. She's never won this rodeo before, so it would be so awesome if she could advance to finally take this title. Megan McLeod Sprague of Marzing, Idaho, the #1 cowgirl in the world. She's been as quick as 14:54. Big Bay Horse gets around barrel number 2, but she will tip it over and it'll cost her 5. She will be out of the running as she pats her horse, knowing she'll have another chance next year. 2017 for Megs, 2017.
Now switch device, okay? You crave that barrel a little bit more.
Well, guys, Haley Kinzel and sister, they were back in full form for the wild card round. That first barrel, completely perfect. She snapped around it so quick. Their best first barrel they've had here since they've been at Rodeo Houston this season. Second and third barrel, you couldn't count anything out with it. But let's take a look at this right here. She had her timing into the first. Haley sets sister up at the perfect angle, hits her spot, snaps right back around it, does her job. They were here at practice. Haley worked things out with sister from the semifinals run, and they're back just doing great. But let's take a look at the difference between first and second. Haley Kinzel and Halen Lied. Haley Kinzel's actually a little bit behind Halen coming out of that first barrel, then catches up perfectly at that second, snaps around it, starts to gain a little bit of speed over Halen as they're headed into the third. And these runs were very, very close, about a 1/10 apart actually, and they go around that third barrel. And Haley really snapped around the inside of the third, moved to the inside of the line, and gained that 1/10 of a second over Halen to be our #1. Now we're all gonna be chasing Haley Kinzel. I think that a lot of barrel racers have had to say that in their career. Her and sister, they're wanting to go to that finals, and that 14:65 is gonna be extremely difficult to catch up with, but there's a lot of possibility with these next 3 barrel racers.
Well, Sissy Wynn, here you go, Aggies. She is also an A&M graduate from Chapman Ranch, Texas. NFR qualifier, best dressed barrel racer, many, many, many places. Look at that, good on 2. Where are the Aggies? Come on, let's go. Whip. 1494, not fast enough.
So it's Kinzel that sits #1 as we go to the #2 ranked barrel racer in the world.
Here comes Andrea Busby on her horse Derby. The ground is looking like a fast track tonight. They're gonna have to make 3 perfect turns if they wanna catch that 1465. Andrea Busby runs to that left barrel first. Really nice snappy turn. Headed into that second. We gotta be quick here. You can bobble it, but don't knock it over. They're clean. Headed into third, and Andrea and Derby are laying down a run. Took a step off that third barrel, could cost them, and barely off the pace. That's gonna move them into that second place spot. Not going to be enough to move on, but wow, what a great run. It's a horse race.
7/100ths of a second is all she was off. Final chance to go, Three Forks, Montana, and Taylor Moykins. College national champ for Montana State, the Bobcats, just a few years back. She just won the Dixie National in Jackson, Mississippi. Comes out of Super Series #2, needing to be 1464. Chestnut horse needs to get a little closer. One more turn as she tries to light it up with the highlighter colored leggings, and 15-14, just a touch too long for Taylor.
Well, I'll tell you this. There are 8 barrel racers that have already made it to the finals who just gulp. They gulp in a big way, realizing that Haley Kinzel is going to win this wild card. It does take athleticism, not just under the saddle, but in it as well, as Meggs takes vice around that barrel. And the champ, the Texas A&M Ag Econ grad, Haley Kinzel Lacatuya, her horse named Sister, whip and ride on the roan, Andrea, whip and ride. But Haley Kinzel is headed to Championship Sunday, and she's taking Texas A&M with her. Nice job. SMB Engineers and Constructors brought you the barrel race.
Well, as you watch them coming from the barrels, the ladies are coming to rope in the breakaway, brought to you by Oxy.
One season ago, Jackie Crawford stuck it on him on Sunday to win 50 grand. As we've noted, the champion will walk away with $65,000, and that's before the Super Series payout. But we have got some very, very quick gunslingers in the breakaway roping, starting with our arena record holder, Macy Young of Whitman, Arizona. She was 2.2 1 year ago. Two-time NFR qualifier, has been as quick as 2 and 9 this year. Sits number 16 in the world. Last year she swept her Super Series. Knows how this works. And she's going to break the barrier, and I think she knew it.
How many times have we seen that in the first or second in a timed event? Break the barrier. Now, I'm just going to tell you, folks, we might see 3 or 4 broken barriers in the breakaway because you got to run at that barrier. You're just going to have to if you're going to win. This competition is too tight. It's just too close. Let's go to Braylee Shepard. She was the breakaway roping Rookie of the Year in 2023, Wilderness Circuit Finals qualifier. She made the semifinals by qualifying out of Super Series 2. Here comes Braylee. Stick. No. And if a 12-6 wins this, I will be flabbergasted.
Well, you speak the truth about the pressure, about trying to set the bar. That loop needed to be to the left by about 2 inches. As we go to the number 2 lady in the world standings of the WPRA and breakaway roping. She just won first at San Antonio. I watched her get a check in Fort Worth. Aspen. Same game. Exact same game.
Wow.
This is not one of those nights, Boyd, when you do what you see somebody else does.
So things just got softer for Madison, Shayla, and Willow, right, Andy?
Yes, they did. So Madison Uthier of Utopia, Texas, who has had some big moments in her career. Think about when she won the American, the former Rookie of the Year, the daughter of an NFR saddle bronc rider, and a mom who is an internationally renowned polo player. She was 3 and 4 in Super Series 2. Get out from behind the barrier line, make it work, and she does. 3 flat for Madison, and that gives her a reason to smile. There's a smile we haven't seen in a few days, gentlemen.
Yeah, and she can't hold it back either. She knew she got out. The loop pulled tight, and again, you couldn't hide that smile if you put it in camouflage. So 3 flat. Got to be 2-9. Hall of Fame photography. Shayla Hall of Stephenville, Texas. Her husband, Brenton, a great team roper. But she's also a fabulous photographer. Wilderness Circuit Finals qualifier. Got here from Super Series 1. Has to be 2-9. Her fastest run of the week was a 3-4. Did she do it? Oh, wow! Come on, people. You need to get loud. Shayla Hall just did what needed done. There's her husband, Brenton. Wow, did she reach. Okay, Oh, Miss Willow. The bar has been set 1/10 of a second lower.
Willow Wilson, Bags, Wyoming. Watch here, the number 40 lady in the world could have tried the same thing. They all had to go 2 swings or 1 and throw it. A little dejection for that pretty blonde lady. Look at the calf going, ha, 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 missed me.
He's licking his lips knowing he got away. It came down to the final breakaway roper and 1/10 of a second separating first, second, and who moves on. A smile from Madison that we love seeing, even though she's going to be just short. A look back from Macy and a look up from Shayla, and an even bigger smile knowing she did what she needed to do, and she moves on to Championship Sunday in our breakaway roping, brought to you by Oxy.
What are we doing next? The bigger and the meaner bulls are about to be out at Rodeo Houston.
There's those busy men and women working the gates, the chutes, all that equipment. We say thank you to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring them.
Visit the Fan Zone. It's presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. We have 2, sections 103 and 124. Take a picture with some of our rodeo royalty. Get an autograph. You can even pick up a Rodeo Houston belt buckle.
I'm here with Mason Stuller, who's moving on to his first ever finals in the bareback riding here at Rodeo Houston. But Mason, I want to know, who was one of your biggest inspirations growing up?
Chris Ledoux. I fell in love with his music, and I fell in love with rodeo and the whole lifestyle.
What an awesome cowboy to be your hero right there. But now you're moving on to the finals. You just made it through the wild card. We're going to take a look at your ride, and I know there were a lot of nerves happening tonight. Take us through it.
I knew this was a big, strong horse, and I was really going to have to try hard to keep it rolling. And it was a rough start and felt really good going across. And I thought I should have made the pickup man, but just couldn't get it done.
Hey, you got it done moving on to the finals. Congratulations on an awesome ride, and thank you to all of our friends at Houston Methodist and their sports medicine for taking amazing care of our rodeo athletes like Mason Stuller here.
Give it away when they put the big camera on you for the big screen. I hope you're happy to see us. We're happy to see you.
Great shot outside NRG Stadium. You know why they're showing you a picture of the bull? Because it's time for the bull riding. To see who advances from wild card number 1, courtesy of our partner in the bull riding, Rock and Roll Denim. Freak Young, he was the man that rode Preacher on the final Sunday of 2024. As we roll out Erie, Ward, Sellers, Witt, Bingham, and Gardner to see who gets out of our first wild card.
And here are the men that are ready to lay their lives on the line to protect them. 3 of the greatest ever, including the GOAT, 15-time NFR bullfighter Dusty Tuckness. Working beside his Wyoming counterpart, NFR bullfighter Nate Justice. And the young gun, the fearless one, the fastest man on cleats, Bo Sheets.
And then there is one that's going to be in the barrel. 10-time NFR barrel man, John Harrison.
Houston, are you ready to ride some bulls? Come get the best seat. Let's do it.
We do it with Brody Erie, Morgan Mill, Texas. A bull that has a 78% buck-off rate. When they do ride him, and they've only ridden him 5 times, they average 81. See if the 27-year-old is up to the task. Oh, boy. Left foot comes loose, and then he finds himself on the jump seat, Boyd.
That's the ejection seat. It's like the pilot said, uh-oh, mayday, mayday. And he ejects from that plane. Brody Erie, the youth minister. Yeah, for a brief moment, I believe I can fly. So a no score for Brody. Let's go to a young Kansas cowboy named Jackson Ward. He's got a bull called Pickle. George Spears rode this bull in Super Series 2. My money's on Jackson to get him ridden. He was 87 in Tucson at the Fiesta de los Vaqueros, the party of the cowboys that happens the last week of February every year in Tucson. Jackson on a bull that has a 66% buck off. Bull's 29 and 10. He's riding, obviously left-handed, and a left-hand delivery into the room. Generally, that means that bull's probably going to go to the left, and now he's going down.
Uh-oh. Pickle has it in a mechanical pickle. Now he's free.
Jackson. Action Jackson. Come on. Come on.
Get up. You're good. You're good.
Come on, folks. He's the first man to make an 8-second ride. How about 85 points? And Kansas throws their name in the ring, Bobby T.
Well, let's go meet the second guy about to ride one because he knows how to do it. This is a rematch for Clayton Sellers. He rode this bull that are tying him on right now in Lufkin, Texas for 88 points. He's rideable. That's the way I'm going to put it, Clayton. Make your move on the Little Bill bull. Now, 81% buck off. This bull has been bucked 57 times. Only 11 guys got him rode, and Clayton Sellers would be one of those. Any Floridians in the house?
Yes.
Oh, good. That's where Clayton Sellers comes from, Fruitland Park, Florida. Get out of there and get it over with. All you gotta be is 85 and a half or better. Look at there, he owns him, both ways. No, he did not make it. 7.17 seconds. Oh, so close, but yet so far, Boyd.
Yeah. Tell you what, I want to kind of know what Jackson Ward is thinking right now. And Janie has Jackson.
Jackson, at your first ever trip to Rodeo Houston, you're here in the wild card, you're your only qualified ride. What's going through your mind as you have to wait this out?
Oh, shoot, I know all these guys here ride really good, and I wish them all the best, but I hope we come out on top, of course.
Hey, you did your job. You got the only qualified ride. Let's see if it sticks.
Hawk Witt of Thermopolis, Wyoming, has got a bull named Smokin' Joe that has only been ridden one time. You go back to January, it happened for Dylan Grant, where he was 83 and a half in the National Western. This 30-year-old won $2 grand in our final Super Series. Rode a bull for 79 points. That would not be enough. He needs to be 85 and a half or better in order for Wyoming to overtake Kansas and move on. Another left-handed bull rider on a gate that swings in that direction. Oh no! Well, we're 1 out of 4 and the 85 is untouched.
Come on. Oop.
Whoa, whoa. Everybody's saved. That's why we can laugh. As long as everybody's saved, right? All right, Smokin' Joe gives way. This might be one of my favorite names for a bucking bull. The last time he was out was on Go Tejano Day, and we had to make Luis and Enrique translate this bull's name. The bull's name is Barf Bag. Means if you draw him, it might make you sick. Tyler Bingham, Howell, Utah, he's not scared. This bull has an 82% buck-off rate the 2 times he's been ridden by right-handed cowboys. There's a right-handed cowboy on him. He's bringing in $3 grand already. Just got to be 85 points. Come on, no, Tyler, not there. Into the well. And Bingham and Barfbag.
Dang it.
don't get along at all.
Now, Boyd mentioned being into the well. He's trying to get ahead of this bull. He knows this bull's going to continue to spin to the right, so he's trying to stay ahead of him, but he leans a little bit too far. That leads to a no score, Bobby T.
Well, it leaves us with one, and he's a Canadian, Fort St. John, BC. Jake Gardner. Jake, I know you can be 90 like Wasey Shala was on this bull. He's 19-2. Don't worry about the 89% buck off. This also was a bull I watched in Fort Worth, bucked somebody off. But they marked this bull, folks. They marked him 46 points on that 90-point ride. Think about that. On a scale of 1 to 50, they marked the bull. Hello, John. I'm marking you 100.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I knew you would be.
Anything over 90 works for us.
That works for anybody. 85 is the mark. 85 and a half or better. Jake Gardner. Oh, ho, ho, goodbye. Well, so much for all the history. He's a part of the 89%.
Woo, there is some torque in that taco. Turning back into his hand, turning back to the right, and then the feet slide back off of the rope. There's Nate Justice, there's Bo Sheets, there's Dusty Tuckness. That bull doesn't have a prayer of touching that bull rider. And now he's like, okay, I want a little John.
Bring it on.
Come on, John. Wave at him.
I'm waving.
You're waving?
I'm coming to him.
All right.
He walk over here, he'll be limping back.
Oh, yes. You're that tough, are you?
I'm going to duck and hide. That's what I'm going to do.
That's exactly what you should do. All right. Pickup men have taken him out of the arena. That's what we needed. Your feet cannot betray you. They have to stay up on that rope. And anytime you see a boot start to slide, bad things are happening. Upside down, inside out, off the rope, and a free flight to Conroe. And now, almost hung up, going off away from his hand. You saw 6 guys try, but only one man succeeded. And his dream is still alive. That's right, Jackson Ward. The dream lives on. He's the only guy advancing to our finals on Sunday. Hope you enjoyed the bull riding. Brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim.
Coming up next, a very special tribute to some of our favorite athletes.
We want to welcome some lucky recipients of our Rodeo Acts of Kindness program. They've been moved down from the 6th level to these great seats. Thanks to Rodeo Acts of Kindness participants, Reliant.
Hey, everybody. Check this out. Once you get your phones out, scan the QR code, and you could be on the Raisin Cane's selfie cam. This is a fun game. We get to play it every day. Look at that, beautiful ladies. Are you taking a selfie? Have you got the QR code? Hurry up, you still got time to do it. You got about 30 seconds. Oh, there you go. There you go. Hello, girls. What an awesome audience we've got out there tonight. That's a whole family right there. Big deal. I want to say thank you to everybody that's been playing. And a big thank you goes out to our sponsor of this little fun event. They happen to be Raisin Cane's Chicken Fingers.
For generations, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has welcomed professional athletes from around the world. They come to compete and take part in one of the most exciting and celebrated events of the year. But the Cowboys and Cowgirls admit they'd be nothing on their own. They fully rely on their partners. And now, Oxy is honored to present the other part of the team that these athletes cherish, the part of their team that they love and fiercely protect, just like a part of their family. This is historic Rodeo Houston footage from over 3 decades ago of a legendary bucking horse named Hilda Blue. She was the Saddle Bronc Horse of the Year runner-up in 1989 and competed for 10 years in the Rodeo Houston finals. And now, Hilda Blue's 20-year-old great-great-granddaughter is here. Say hello to Blue Bonnet. She has followed in Hilda Blue's footsteps. This mother of 12 babies has bucked at top rodeos across the United States, including here at Rodeo Houston. These animal athletes were born to be bucking horses. And soon enough, the youngest member of Hilda Blue's bloodline will be setting records of her own. Say hello to Baby Blue. That is Blue Bonnet's baby that was born here at Rodeo Houston just about 3 weeks ago. You see, some horses are born to run fast. Some are meant to work with cutting precision. But these athletes were born to challenge their riders. Bucking comes natural to these broncs, and it's our responsibility and our honor to make sure they are cared for with respect and worth, because they are a part of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo family as well. And they represent both the legacy and the future of our rodeo. So what do you say, folks? Let's give all of our human and animal athletes a big round of applause. Yes, that is gorgeous. Thank you to Oxy for presenting our Born to Buck legacy. You can see these beautiful horses up close at the Born to Buck exhibit right behind the junction. They have eyes and ears, so come see them and come let them hear you. Thanks again to Oxy.
Well, look at here. It's time for the calf scramble. It'll be here in a minute. All those white shirts are fixing to get dirty.
As we savor the smoky echoes of 50 years gone by, pit masters and barbecue enthusiasts continue to take us on a journey through time. Thank you for being an essential ingredient to the timeless tradition of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Cotton is honored to sponsor the World's Championship Barbecue Contest. Here's to the next 50 and beyond.
Life on the road of a rodeo athlete can be challenging. That's why United Airlines is thrilled to reunite rodeo families and bring them along for the ride. Bo Sheets is a 3-time Bullfighters Only Reserve World Champion. He protects our Cowboys in the arena and has the toughest job of going head-to-head with the Bulls every single night. Bo and his wife, Nikki, and 11-month-old Kaysen make a beautiful family. Bo, life on the road is tough, and we know how much you want to spend time with your wife and son, so we want to unite you with them as often as possible with airfare from United Airlines. You were selected by your peers because they think you deserve this, and so do we. Congratulations, Bo. You are tonight's Rodeo Reunited family, sponsored by United Airlines.
Oh boy, it's Calf Scramble time, sponsored by Transocean. Now folks, tonight we want you to keep an eye out for the first scrambler to properly catch a calf and cross the line, because that scrambler will have a chance to compete in the Super Scramble on the 23rd, our final day. Let's join Andy and Janie right now to meet our scramblers of the night. Here's Andy.
Thank you, Bob. That felt like being on a game show. What a great introduction. We have 20 young ladies and 7 young men, all in 4-H and FFA, hoping to catch a calf. Janie had a few extra moments to catch up with our scramblers. You got to coach us up, Janie.
I did, Andy, and we have an awesome group of kids, very well-rounded. We have a lot of them that plan on attending Texas A&M and going to their vet school. So cool, the future of veterinary medicine here. We have athletes, we have a pole vaulter. We even have your 2015 Rodeo Houston Mutton Bustin champion of the night that has now grown up to be a calf scrambler. Let's meet these kids. It's going to be a great one, starting with Luke Moritz,
Hayden DuBose,
Hayden Smith,
Adriana Humphrey,
Nevaeh Garcia,
Carrington Gill,
Caitlin Atkins,
Josephine May,
Gianna Rodriguez,
Alberto Garza,
Summer Jackson,
Ariana Rodriguez,
Blaine Matoyer,
Aubrey Bailey,
Kimberly Morales,
Gabrielle Gazda,
Cindy Hernandez,
Jolie Dervilio,
Braxton Blanchard,
Megan Winkleman,
Juliana Marquez,
Keely Shinnick,
Zoe Garibay,
Kaylee Christian,
Daniel Cavazos,
Robert Clem,
Hayden DeBarge.
Those are the calf scramblers for number 18. Let's give each and every one of them a big round of applause. When we do this, there are 2 individuals that assist us in making sure everything goes as planned. First, our gate opener. Please welcome the Transocean Senior Vice President of Global Operations, Jess Richards. And our calf scramble starters. They are the individuals that drop the hat for our kids to know when it's time to get going. We have with us here tonight our starter, Dan Allen Hughes Jr., the chair-elect of the Board of Trustees of the Texas A&M Foundation, and special guest, the Dean of Agriculture at Texas A&M, Dr. Jeff Savell. Let's give him a round of applause. So now Jess will swing that gate open so the calves can come up the lane created by our Calf Scramble Committee. As the calves come up, 27 kids await the opportunity to catch one of 15 calves. Across the line they go, inside the box. Our starter will drop the hat. That lets them know it's time to get that halter out and catch a calf.
Oh, these kids are off and they are running fast. These calves are strong, they're quick, but these kids are even stronger. As we go in front of the buck and shoots, we got one by the tail. Hang on. Who's going to be first to catch a calf? We haven't caught one on my end so far, Andy.
Oh boy, we are scattered all around, Janie.
We sure are. Who's going to be the first as they start? Here we go, number 1, Luke Moritz. He plays football, he's an outside linebacker, and boy, is that coming into play in this calf scramble. He's got that calf calm and collected. We just got to get that halter on. This is a process right here. You want to do it correctly. That looks like number 28, Robert Clem. He shows pigs. He's on the bass fishing team. I told you, these kids are as cool as they come.
I mean, if you have a mullet like that, you have to be on the bass fishing team, right?
Absolutely. He looks the part. Number 1's getting that halter on. Luke making it look easy as these other kids are still chasing these calves over by the buck and shoots. And look, he doesn't even have to go very far to get across that line. Way to go, Luke Moritz.
They say it all the time in real estate. Location is everything. And Luke caught in the right spot to make it work.
That looks like number 13, Blake Matoyer. She plays soccer, basketball, volleyball. She's the oldest of 3. She's got that halter on. She was ready to go in the calf scramble. A true athlete all across the board.
All right, Luke, I want to know how you were able to catch so quickly.
Just lucky, I guess.
Just a lucky guy, huh? So now that you've caught, are you going to bring a steer or heifer back to the show?
I'm going to go with the heifer.
All right, what breed's it going to be?
Something American.
Something American, right here in the USA. All right. Now, what would you like to say to this committee that put everything together for you?
I'd like them to thank you for putting it all together. And just, if it wasn't for people like them, wouldn't be able to do this.
How about we give a big congratulations to Luke Moritz of Victoria County 4-H. A catch on night number 18 of the calf scramble.
How awesome is that? That's what it's all about. Number 13 over here, Blaine, she's got this calf caught. We're working our way closer to that line. Number 17, we've got the tail, and this is the hard part, Andy. When you've got the tail, you've kind of about halfway got your calf caught, but you got to work your way to the front to get that halter on. That is number 17, Cindy Hernandez. She plays softball. She's a hard worker. She wants to go into psychology when she goes to college. Just awesome.
Well, we've got some halters on, Janie. We just got a few more steps to go. That's number 8, as you mentioned, on the tail. But number 15, Kimberly Miralez, she only has a few more steps. And number 13, Blaine Mautier, Jefferson County 4-H, is heading in the right direction.
They're all heading in the right direction. But, you know, from these hard-running calf scramble kids to our rodeo athletes, Houston Methodist and Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine is always standing by in case of any injuries to our competitors. And it does happen from time to time. This is a tough event. It is not as easy as it looks. As you can see, number 8, her calf just slipped right through. We're up. We're going to have to try again. But these kids, they are hard workers. They know a thing or two about getting back up.
Back to Blaine Mautier of Jefferson County 4-H. That halter is on and secure. She's just going to have to talk to that calf a little bit more. And we have a couple of ladies on the back end. That's number 6, Carrington Gill of Jersey Village FFA. And I believe she's got her own cheering section.
So many family and friends in the crowd. Carrington Gill, she's a varsity cheerleader. She's on the golf team. We've got this halter on. The hard part is done, or some would say. It's not always easy to get them across that line either.
No, it's not. And once you catch, that halter only goes on one way. Another shot at Carrington. And the remainder of the loose calves here on the north end. Just a few more remaining. That's 13. Blaine Mautier, Jefferson County 4-H.
Yeah, Blaine's looking good. She's got that calf haltered, had him haltered for a little while. Oh, we got a kid that, just barely lost his calf. Just slipped through his fingers. It's all right. We're going to catch our breath. We're going to hop back up. There's still quite a few loose calves over here on the north end, Andy.
You know what I think Blaine needs? Blaine needs a little encouragement from everybody in Houston. Come on, Parker McCollum fans, get behind Blaine. All of these kids in 4-H and FFA, just like Josephine Mays of Central Heights FFA. I don't know that she wants to keep this shirt after she gets done, Janie.
No, I don't think so, Andy. But Josephine Mays, she's a tough cowgirl. She's a pole vaulter, so she's really strong. She's caught 2 for 2 in her last calf scrambles, and if she can work her way to the head of that calf, she's going to be 3 for 3. We're still looking at Blaine here. This crowd, we're getting him going. She's working on it. Number 16, she's got to the head of that calf. That is Gabrielle Gazda. She was your 2015 Mutton Bustin champion of the night here at Rodeo Houston. And now she's all grown up here in the calf scramble. How cool is that to see our kids come back?
Coming full circle. Well, the reason we do what we do in the calf scramble is once you catch a calf, it is the beginning of a year-long journey for all of these Texas 4-H and FFA individuals. Each student who catches a calf receives a purchase certificate to choose a steer or a heifer. The rodeo has awarded over $21 million in certificates and prizes to over 24,000 students since it all began back in 1942. Great job. Excellent work, Blaine. We were there with you the whole time, young lady. You are making calf scramble history. Now, raising these animals teaches life skills such as the responsibility of caring for a living animal, financial accountability, and record keeping, along with decision-making and communications as they keep in touch with their donors throughout the process. They will have the opportunity to come back in the fall to go to a progress show and be judged for the first time, and then return to the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
We're getting closer to some of these calves. That's Gianna Rodriguez. This is her first ever calf scramble. She's so excited to be here. She's a public speaker at FFA. And we still have a few loose calves over here on the north end. Just one over here by the buck and shoot, and a whole crowd of kids trying to chase it down.
We are winding it down. There's just I believe it's just one or two calves left to catch.
There we go.
Young lady gets to the front end. She gets her halter out. Now you get a great shot. Great work by our camera team to bring you up close and personal. Puts a little slack in that halter, Janie. It'll go over the nose and then behind the ears. And then she has to tighten it up and begin the walk of a lifetime with a catch in the calf scramble.
I think that is number 12, Ariana Rodriguez. She volunteers at her church. She plays softball. She loves horses, and she is about to cross that line. Let's cheer her on. Here in the calf scramble, way to go. I think that might be one of our last calves, Andy.
Indeed it is. For the 18th time, we bring our calf scramble together with another great group of individuals in 4-H and FFA. As the kids get their calves inside the box, let's give one more round of applause to our calf scramblers.
Just an awesome group of kids. It was a lot of hard work, and it's going to continue to be another year of hard work after this. But let's hear it for them.
We want to say thank you to our sponsor of the calf scramble, Transocean. Folks, we are honored to share that the Sterling C. Evans Medal is being presented to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo by Dan Allen Hughes Jr., Chair-elect of the Board of Trustees of the Texas A&M Foundation. The Evans Medal was established in 1998 and recognizes individuals who make outstanding contributions to the reputation and strength of Texas A&M University and the Aggie community. This award is presented to professional and philanthropic leaders with a distinguished record of service and leadership, as well as enthusiasm for galvanizing philanthropy amongst their peers. We say thank you to Texas A&M University. Get ready, the Chuck Wagon Racing is coming up next.
It is our distinct privilege to honor America's heroes, as well as their families who support them, especially our Gold Star families who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. We salute the men and women in uniform that make it possible for all of us to live with freedom and pride in our country. Tonight, the Crown Royal Military Salute is proud to honor a U.S. Marine Corps Chief Warrant Officer. He joined the Marines in 2001 and currently serves as 1st Battalion 23 Marines Assistant Operations Chief. His first duty station was in Okinawa, Japan. He has been deployed multiple times in his career to Iraq in support of Operation Enduring Freedom and as a part of Task Force Al-Assad.
He has also been deployed to the European and Central Command areas and responsibility and participated in exercises with Saudi Arabian and United Arab Forces. Ladies and gentlemen, his awards include Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal with 3 gold bars, Navy and Marine Corps Achievement with 4 gold bars. This is Marine Corps Chief Warrant Officer 5, Jose Alvarez. Join me in saying thank you for your sacrifice and a thank you to Crown Royal.
Weston Patterson rides his way to the finals on the Axis Sounds of the Night.
Well, that was some rather scary watching Bareback ride. What stud is she out of? Hayden, can we get him up a little more, or is it going to be like this? That was fun. One more.
You've never been to the finals here before, have you?
No, hoping fixing to.
There you go, baby. Come on, give me some, baby. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
I did it. Woo!
Good job.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? That is so good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the Chuck Wagon races. The first race features Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat. They sponsor that first race. The announcers have been picking wagons throughout the run of the rodeo.
Confirmation of call. The scoreboard has been reviewed, and we have overturned some of the races. As we update the scoreboard, we would like to see where the numbers are going to end up. It looks like there have been some changes. We are tied at the top. Boyd and Luis have 0.
Absolutely.
I'm loving this.
I will just tell you this, guys.
Yeah.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
We're trying.
Right? And so the bottom line is, in all accuracy, Boyd and Louise have been last to pick, so you've actually been picking our wagon for us. You just
So we're the winners.
stink at picking your own wagons.
Okay, Enrique, let's go get us a tank of fuel from Chevron tonight.
Let's do it. Let's do it, Bob. Chevron it is.
We're
Andy.
going with Kroger. We got Kroger.
All right, gonna whoop your butt with Mustang Cat.
Oh, Chevron was a good pick. Oh, yeah. He's in the lead.
Right where we want to be. Drafting off of Chevron. Blocking Kroger. We're right where we want to be.
I live not too far from Daytona. Drafting sucks. We want to be in the lead. Come on, Kroger. 2 more turns to go. Let's turn up the throttle. Who's going to win heat number 1?
Chevron.
Come on, Chevron.
You did it again.
Yes, we did.
You did it again.
Oh, my goodness.
You got your overall choice, and you can't pick a winner if we told you which one to pick. Now, let's go back to the real scoreboard. Let's see how many races remain. 5, right? So that means the best Bob and Enrique can do is 14. They're out. Andy and Jamie, the best they can do is 5. That gives them 15. So essentially, Boyd and Luis have closed the deal on the Chuck Wagon race.
Okay,
Look
Boyd,
at
you
Janie.
can sit
She's got
down.
her
You
hand
can
on her
sit down.
hip.
My back is hurting from having to carry the team by myself over here.
Oh, wow.
Boyd's been trying
Jamie
to create
from the top
division.
rope.
Yeah, Boyd's
my
been trying to
goodness.
create division between me and Janie, and it finally worked.
Yeah, they finally separated us. He's on the other end of the arena, but we're still going to win, even from across NRG
Yeah,
Stadium
well-
on this next race.
Every race you win now is inconsequential. So let's
Okay,
say
Boyd.
thank you to Baylor Medicine, Ford, and STX Beef. They bring you the next race. Hey, Luis, keep quiet. They're going to pick a winner for us.
Okay, well, let's do this, Boyd. Let's mix it up. We're out of it anyway. Boyd, you pick the winner now. Let's have you and Luis
I
pick
like
the winner
this.
now.
All right. You want to
Yeah.
let your shotgun
Yeah.
mouth overload
Yeah.
your BB gun buns? I'm for it. We're going with Ford.
Okay, we're going to go with Baylor,
Baylor Medicine.
We're getting ready to haul the beef. STX beef.
Call it. Luis Enrique.
Texas, tonight here at Gingham. Damas y caballeros, vienen los caballos volando. 3 parejas. Estamos hablando de unos caballos con muchos talentos. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for the drivers? Here we go. Everybody scream.
And now here we go. Blocking Baylor Medicine. Climbing up on STX Beef. Here comes Ford. The good guys drive away.
Here comes Baylor Medicine.
Here we go.
Ford.
It was Baylor on the inside. I love it.
I agree, Andy, 100%.
I
you guys
agree
are back
with
together.
you.
Who are you agreeing with, Bob?
I'm agreeing
It was
that
Baylor.
it was.
Hey, look at the replay of Andy. Yes, he has to go to the bathroom.
It was Baylor on the inside, by the way.
Okay, if you insist. We don't care. We already won. We already won the rodeo. We're $65,000 richer because we won the rodeo.
I just want to tie with Janie and Andy. That'll be happy days for me.
Thank you to Baylor. Thank you to Baylor Medicine, Ford, and STXB.
Boyd, you guys are getting paid in pesos, by the way.
I'm getting paid in pesos?
In pesos, yeah.
Oh, we
yeah.
didn't establish currency. That was my bad.
Yeah. Crypto pesos at that.
Hey, don't anybody move. In just a couple of minutes, we'll be ready for the Bustin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a word from our chairman of the board, Patman Phillips.
The rodeo is just a great fit for me because it's just part of my DNA. We grew up learning the great values of ranching and farming. I think the great thing that the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo does is we celebrate our great, rich history of Western heritage. Very important that everyone understands the importance of agriculture in their everyday lives. The food that they receive on their table and the clothes on their back, and you don't have any of that without agriculture. And it's important that we make that connection with the public so that there's an appreciation of the people and the resources needed to make those things happen. One of the best things is seeing the kids and the students that are out there showing their projects. We need to continue to foster this educational opportunity for kids that are the next generation of farmers and ranchers and scientists and engineers that are going to help us produce the demands needed in this society. We have people coming here from all over the world that want to understand how we are able to do this each and every year. And our answer is we have 35,000 amazing, hardworking, dedicated volunteers. They are coming to the show to unite together for a common purpose, to serve their community through the mission of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And because of that, we're able to put this show on every year. We've done it for 93 years, and we want to do it for the next 100.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just in a few moments, we will be having the Grand Champion Steers selection, and they're entering the arena now.
It's time to vote for the hard luck moment. You be the judge as we name tonight's winner. Watch the replays, and your applause will determine who had the toughest luck.
Okay, guys, we really need your help. This is where you get to pick the winners, all right? We call this our hard luck moments. We went back looking at previous performances and found some athletes that had some hard luck. We're going to ask you to watch all three of these moments and then pick a winner. Hey, folks, for the record, on UT night at the rodeo, they hit 100 on all three. A&M, you got to get loud to get to 100, but don't let UT outperform you, okay? Here we go. First guy to go is the steer wrestler named Chance Howard. You talk about 6'6", 225, and he got wrecked. I mean, wrecked and rolled. He tried to catch the steer. The hazer tried to bump him in. He gets kicked in the shoulder and rolls like a golf ball. Give me 100, Aggies, go!
Come on, Aggies, that's only a 95. You got to get a whoop whoop in this deal somewhere. Jace Trotz-Claire. Here's a Cajun bull rider. Now watch this. This bull got so much juice. Throws him out of there 22 feet. Folks, watch this. Bull kick him right in the butt on the way out. That's the way Aggies want to kick it in tonight for 100. Come on!
$97. Y'all gotta step it up. We need some noise for a Texas bull rider, not a Louisiana one. Trey Benton III, and like all Texans, he's gonna save his own life over the horns of the bull. But what you didn't see, watch his hand come up and pull on the bull rope so he can get out. You'll see it right here. He grabs the bull rope, and that's what actually saves his life. The Texan saved his own life. Come on, A&M, speak. Yippee-ki-yay! 100 for Texas bull rider Trey Benton.
During our last rodeo performance on Championship Sunday, we'll show you our top roughest rides. And the winner that night will be crowned this year's Hard Luck Moment.
Okay, Andy, you've got an impressive herd of steers down there.
Yes, we do, Bobby T, because walking into NRG Stadium are 36 Texas 4-H and FFA students exhibiting their champion and reserve champion junior market steers. These steers represent the best of the best at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. These are the grand and reserve breed champions of the 18 different breeds, all vying for the title of 2025 Grand Champion Junior Market Steer. For the past week, our Junior Market Steer judge, Jack Ward of Kansas City, Missouri, has been evaluating over 2,000 Junior Market steers that competed here this year. Thank you, Jack, for your time here supporting these Texas youth, and we appreciate all of the time and hard work that these exhibitors have put into their projects for the last year. These champion steers will sell for top dollar at the Junior Market Steer Auction tomorrow, Saturday, March 22nd at 11 a.m. at the NRG Arena Sales Pavilion. And now the judge will make his final decision. That is your grand champion, Jacob Schickendas of Perryton, Texas, with a black cross from Ogletree County 4-H. As he leads his steer forward, we will present the awards to our grand champion steer for 2025. We welcome in our chairman of the board, Pat Mann Phillips, and our vice president and officer in charge of the Steer Auction Committee, Sean Lahane, as well as Amy Coates Monteverde, the vice president and officer in charge of the Livestock Committee. That, my friends, is your 2025 Grand Champion, Jacob Schickendas. Now, Jacob, I've got to ask you the most important question of all, and I know your steer was excited coming in here. So what's this journey been like for you here to win Grand Champion?
Been a whole lot of hard days, early mornings, and long nights at the barn. I couldn't do it without the team, though. Kyle and Kirby, they support me. My mom and my dad and my two sisters. I couldn't do it without them.
Is this a dream come true for you?
Yes.
So what do you plan to do in the next chapter of your life? Where are you going to go to school?
Texas A&M.
Well, that's the right school on the right night. Let's give it up one more time for your grand champion, Jacob Schickendas of Perryton, Texas. Now that we have crowned our champion, we bring in the reserve champion from that class. And our judge, Mr. Ward, will make one more selection, crowning our reserve grand champion. Your reserve grand champion with a Charlotte Cross, it is Jet Hale of Miami, Texas, from Miami FFA. Presenting the awards to the reserve grand champion, we welcome the president and CEO, Dr. Chris Bowman, the chairman of the Steer Auction Committee, Jason Williams, and the chairman of the Livestock Committee, Lori Diaz, presenting all of the awards to our reserve grand champion. Congratulations once again, Jet. Now, did you ever dream that you would reach this moment?
I didn't. This is an incredible moment. I mean, it's uncomplishable. So, I mean, we all have to appreciate what we have to do here. So, it's a great deal.
Tell everybody here in the stadium what it's like to live a day in your shoes showing these animals.
I mean, it's a lot of work, and I'd like to thank everybody that has a part of these animals. And, I mean, parents, grandparents, ag teachers, people that help us in the barn, grandparents that stay at home. I mean, it's a big process, and everybody has a part to do with it.
Well, we'd like to congratulate you one more time. It is your moment in the sun. Give it up again for Jet Hale, your reserve grand champion. Now, the man with the hardest job of all, Mr. Ward, you had to sift through all of these steers. Talk about the young men and women that you have met here in Houston.
You know, we talked about that earlier this evening about how these 36 represented almost 2,000 kids that went through that ring this week. They're great kids. They represent them well. They're fierce competitors, and they're just incredible young people.
Well, we appreciate you and the job you've done. Congratulations on another successful show. Thank you, Mr. Ward, and congratulations to our champions.
Hey, hey, let's get ready for a little mutton busting. We got kids too. And it's brought to you by H-E-B.
I love me some mutton busting now. You will too if you've never seen it. This is just fun. And it's wild card night in the mutton busting, so I bet the sheep are a little wilder too. I hope they're like our bucking horses. Let's go down to Janie and Andy.
Well, we just picked different spots tonight, right?
Yeah, you've been busy tonight, Andy, but it's time for the best part of it all. The mutton busting's about to start.
Let's mutton bust. We start with Ellery Haddock of Midland, Texas. All right, Ellery, you got to hold on tight. Catch your breath and try to do it for us.
When Ellery grows up, she wants to be a veterinarian. I have a feeling she might be wanting to go to Texas A&M. Who knows? But she's going to make a great ride here. And a way to start it off. Oh, the sheep stumbles, and she still battles it through. Way to tough it out.
Now we go to Houston's Tyler Bomblett. Loves bull ride, wants to be an artist.
Some awesome pink boots. That is a quick, fast sheep, and she's still hanging on. Wow, what a ride. These kids are amazing.
Max Fedorko, 6 years old from Houston, likes eating foot-long corn dogs and wants to be a Houston Texan.
He's in the right stadium as we get set. That sheep takes off. We got a strong hold. This kid's amazing. He's hanging on. Good ride.
Now Julia Harper's ready to go. 5-year-old Houstonian, loves eating fried Oreos and hopes to be a doctor.
Come on, Houston, cheer for your own in the beautiful pink boots. Good ride.
Take you back to Kyler Keenum, 5-year-old Houstonian, likes bull riding and chopping on sausage on a stick. Go, Kyler!
Wants to be a ski instructor, and he's one tough cowboy hanging on the side, rolls into the bottom. Good ride. Way to tough it out. And wave to the fans. Thumbs up, everybody.
This is a gymnast, Sloan Wiley. Sloan likes Frito, chili pie, and staring at horses.
Oh, and that sheep had kind of inconsistent timing there, but she made it work. Good ride.
Now Joe McGrath, Magnolia, Texas native, likes steer wrestling, eating cotton candy, and wants to be in the Coast Guard.
How cool are these kids? Ooh, and that sheep's got a lot of speed. We're right in the middle. Oh, boy. Wow, what a good ride. That's some cowboy up kind of stuff.
Yeah, Joe was riding side saddle. Elliot Wessendorf, the Mutton Bustin lover, also drinks Dr. Pepper.
Wants to be a tennis player. We got a group of athletes. Hit the ground, but we're up. You made a great ride. You should be proud of yourself.
Jack Stewart coming from Parker McCullum's hometown of Conroe. Here comes Jack.
I love this, Andy. He wants to be an investor when he grows up. I told you these kids are so smart. Oh, you don't see that happen very often. That sheep meat made a left-hand circle. That was hard to make it through. Good job.
Little spin cycle. Ellie Tenove, 5-year-old, likes barrel racing, baby chicks, and wants to be a Texas children's doctor.
How cool is that? And wow, we lost a pretty sparkly booth, but she looks amazing. We're happy to be here. You should be proud of that great ride.
Don't get in Lainey Schwartz's way. This 5-year-old, when she grows up, she wants to be Wonder Woman.
Oh, wow, with how she rode that sheep, she already is Wonder Woman.
She needed her golden rope. Pace loves the Ferris wheel, eating ice cream, and wants to be a junker.
We got a good sense of humor down here, and another great ride.
Good job, buddy. Hey, wave at the camera.
Okay, Aggie fans, here comes Gavin Stewart of College Station, Texas.
Hey, scoot him up, scoot him up, scoot him up, scoot him up.
Gavin's lost a few teeth, but he loves cotton candy. We're not going to slow him down.
He wants to be a firefighter when he grows up. He stuck that free arm out, landed on the ground for a great ride. We're waving to the fans. He knew that was awesome.
Walker Fat Joe. Walker comes from Houston and wants to be an ambulance driver. My kind of kid.
Awesome future first responder right there at Rodeo Houston.
Tomball, Texas, and Grady Brown. Grady likes team roping and wants to drive monster trucks. We got 2 drivers in a row, Janie.
Yeah, we do. We've got some awesome kids. We're hanging on the right side, but man, he's got this balance down all the way to the far end of the pin. We're up. Throw him in the air. Good ride.
Mila Pennington of Raymondville, Texas, 5-year-old Mila coming your way.
Mila wants to be a farmer, and she's an awesome mutton buster. Wow, what a way to end it. This is going to be a tough one to judge.
You take a look at each and every one of our exhibitors. Our competitors get a medal for what they did tonight. They're also going to get a back number with their name on it. A memory that was created from the ride that they made for the 18th time. That's right, number 18. That is the night of our Mutton Busters. But each and every time we do this, there's one Mutton Buster that rode a little bit farther. And you know, the cool thing is if you're the champion, you get not only a great buckle, but you get to have a chat with our own Janie Johnson, and I believe Janie has found that champ.
Hey, Mila, you made such an awesome ride out there in the Mutton Bustin'. How did you practice?
I didn't practice.
Well, you were just a natural at the Mutton Bustin'. Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A horse vet.
Oh, wow, a veterinarian. That is so cool. And because you were such a great mutton buster, you're going to get this beautiful buckle with Joe Cassiano and HEB. Look at that. How excited are you to be the winner tonight?
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our champion in the Mutton Bustin', Maya Pennington.
Thank you to HEB for sponsoring our Mutton Bustin'.